Meantime, we're learning more about some of the savage acts through which ISIS terrorists put their victims. In an interview with an activist group, a woman who says she escaped from Mosul claims the militants used to marry and divorce women several times a night. It was in order to justify multiple rapes. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge with the news live from Washington. Catherine.
Well, thank you, John. Fox News reviewed a taped interview and transcript that were provided by the advocacy group in defense of Christians. Its president, Tawfiq Baklini, said the woman, who appears to be in her 30s, was sobbing and shaking throughout their discussion.
So she wanted her story to be heard. So we asked the United States to do what's best to stop this genocide.
After the terror group took control of Mosul in 2014, the woman said her husband disappeared. She left her 2 older children in the care of neighbors and, along with her new baby, began searching for him. That is when she was identified as Christian and repeatedly abused.
Even so, they would swap us. If he got bored of me, he would trade me for another girl. What wedding? For them, it was a wedding, but what kind of wedding is this?
The woman, whose identity is being shielded for her own protection, said that she was, quote, married or divorced as many as 8 or 9 times just in one evening to justify the rapes, John.
And we're learning more about how ISIS justifies selling women and kids.
Well, that's right. U.S. government officials have consistently said that ISIS believes slavery is sanctioned by their interpretation of Sharia law, and minorities are singled out. In another section of the interview, the woman describes her captors' sick fascination with her religion.
I was with them for this while, and they had me whenever they would desire it. Especially this one, Farouk, who was obsessed with me, and he would say, I like the people of Jesus.
And this flyer appears to be an ISIS price list for slaves. Fox News could not independently verify its authenticity, but we asked outside experts to review it, and they said they found it consistent with other flyers distributed on the ground by ISIS and through social media. The highest prices are demanded for the youngest victims. In this case, children between the ages of 1 and 9, and they're listed under subject lines such as merchandise and spoils of war. On the Iraqi woman who escaped from Mosul, she said that the fighters had converted the schools in that city to what they called schools of death, which is where these rape camps were established, John.
Stomach-turning stuff.
It is, I'm sorry to say.
Thank you. We'll be right back.